All right, big game back with a little bit of Chicago news. We're gonna talk about the war between KTS and NLMB, and more specifically, Herbo, his good friend Mad Max, and the KTS members. I don't know if y'all know, but you know, KTS is a GD faction on the east side of Chicago. They share borders of 79th and Stony Island and other places with NLMB, who happens to be No Limit Muskegon Boys, a neighboring set of different GD, Renegade GDs, Black P Stones, and I want to say a couple of MCs too, but don't quote me on that. They've been warring for like the past forever. No Limit MB been around more than 30 years actually, so it's been a long time. So KTS Dre, KTS Vaughn, KTS Rell, all of them for the longest. I don't know if y'all know this. They even tell y'all. It's even videos of KTS niggas. The famous video with Cairo getting smacked in the McDonald's. That's them niggas. That's that's KTS niggas. It's cause the No Limit MB kids, they come from the other side, which had good parents. I always say this: economic conditions in Chicago mean a lot, because it provides it's in the same room, different corners. Like if you go to where I'm from, like where the project kids were or the project kids are, you could tell it was a little more harder. But when you go towards like deep certain parts of the south side, you'll be like, okay, like where Chance the Rapper from and Lil Bibby them from, like before it got bad all over. Like even now, it still ain't that bad. Like with the Bloodhounds, Q50 and all them, like, excuse me, before they didn't come up as kids into violence. They had moms, dads that worked. Like the area they live in, the Chatham Avalon area, 79, 60, 69, 68, 75th and all that shit, 77th and all that. The area that they talking about, that's like a working class. It's like upper middle class in Chicago. Like where Herbo and them, and then you got little pockets in between that are still impoverished and poor. But for the most part, like that's where the working class and the affluent is. Like Chatham Avalon neighborhood, going towards West Pullman, the Hundreds and shit like that. So the KTS guys were, I forgot what the killed. I know it's something. Kill them somethings. I know it's something. I just can't. Matter of fact, I don't even want to say it.
What, KTS?
Yeah, I think it's kill to shoot or some shit like that. I know for a fact it's different meanings. I've heard like 30 different meanings. But that's every Chicago game. Just like I told you, we big on acronyms. Nike mean nigga everybody. Like Chicago is big on acronyms. Acronyms, excuse me. So basically they get into a war with KTS, No Limit. Of course, the No Limit kids are not affluent in street beef as the KTS kids are, because these kids are a little more rough around the edges. These kids are a little more violent. A lot of them come from the projects that got tore down and they got swept towards this way. But something happens. The ill dynamic happens where rapping comes into play, and the No Limit boys do it a little bit better. So guess what happens? They get the money. Herbo becomes a star. Bibby becomes a star. Kid Leroy. They bring in, they usher in a whole wave of music with Juice WRLD. All that is from the Herbo. People don't even understand. Juice WRLD is from the Herbo and Lil Bibby family tree, because Juice WRLD was Lil Bibby artist. Kid Leroy was discovered by Herbo. The Herbo was like, well, I ain't focused on being a CEO. You is, and gave Kid Leroy to Lil Bibby. Gave him the Grade A Productions. So they've always been more so affluent in the industry behind the scenes. Same thing with Glow Gang. Same thing with OTF. I've always said this. Let's take away this, and there's no disrespect to nobody, and I'm talking about everybody. Let me make it make sense to a wider spectrum. Imagine if Duck would have blown first instead of Chief Keef. Imagine, I won't even say Duck. Imagine if Lil J would have blew up before Chief Keef. Imagine if Doug would have blew up before Vaughn. Imagine if FBG Butter would have blew up before Reese and Key was still alive. Imagine all these things that we know now on the opposite effect, but them first. We would see a whole different story because it's something I've always said. And I think a lot of people in Chicago can attest to this too. There's not a lot of BDs. I've always said this. And I got BD partners. I grew up with BDs. Like I was technically, before I moved to the neighborhood I was when I was a kid, from from the age I remember to 8, 9 years old, I was a BD. So I know. It ain't a lot of BDs. It's more so, it's more structure. They're more put together. A ball controlled fist do enough. They're together. It's way more GDs than it is BDs. But the GDs are like this. They're all over the place. They're scattered. It could be a million of y'all. This is a great war tactic. And this is something for you young niggas. I hope y'all watching this and learn. You could be a million niggas deep. But if there's no organization, you can't strike a mighty blow. You could be 500, you could be 250 strong. If you organized, you can make a mighty blow. And that's what the BDs did. That's what the BDs and all them did. From G Herbo, all of them. They just made a mighty fist and struck. So, of course, the war, what they say, the victors of the war goes the spoils of war, some shit like that, however it go. Niggas get rich, G Herbo get rich, but he got friends still in the street. Mad Max, couple of other guys. Mad Max gets killed by KTS Rell. KTS Vaughn, KTS Dre. I want to say KTS Vaughn got shot 62 times coming out the jail. Like, like cheese wet, out to about walk fresh out of the county jail. Like me walking out the door and getting kids shot 60 sometimes. I tell people all the time, we got the most shittiest, I don't know what nobody say. CPD ain't shit. Chicago Police Department, we got the most shittiest police department in the country. The most corrupt. Like if I really want a nigga whacked, I can get the police to whack a nigga if I got the right amount of money. If I really want a nigga bad enough, I got homies that done did that. If I want a nigga bad enough, I know niggas that done paid undercovers to bring niggas to them. Nigga, you not finna, nigga, folks grew up with me. You not finna tell folks who just so happen to go to college, go to school and get a degree, he still ain't a part of the set. What you mean, nigga? I got 15 bands, you bring this bitch ass nigga to me instead of taking this nigga to the precinct. That's usually how that shit go, but that's a different story for a whole different time. Anyway, so KTS Rell, he just get out of jail. Of course, y'all know G Herbo is who G Herbo is. KTS Rell does an interview the other day saying that G Herbo has a bag on his head. You know how Vaughn got. No, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Vaughn got, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga with his homie got rich and his homie was rich and shit. Vaughn was his homie rich was Shorty, you know what I'm saying? Dirk, okay, they homie, and people I'm going with it. So Dirk get, nah, goddamn it. This is life look after that. Dirk homie his killer get killed. Woo, goddamn it, dying. He got bread, he don't get back. No matter what's the cost, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Now, you say I should change or whatever, but this life, me, I'm home, I'm free, your homie, yo, this Herb, not Herb, yo, your homie, you got the money, you got the bag. I don't know if you got a bag on me, what you probably do, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know that, I ain't worried about that, but, you know what I'm saying, I gotta watch my back, then for the rest of my life, you feel me? Let me say two things right here. First of all, I would hope at this point in G Herbo career and knowing what he know and seeing what he's seeing with Dirk and everybody else that he ain't putting the money on not near nigga head that done did something to him. I would hope and pray that nigga I'm rich enough to where me personally, you couldn't make me rich as them niggas or expect me to care about I don't want to beef with no nigga. What? I got more money than you and I lived y'all. Okay, it's over with. But that's neither here nor there. Allegedly, KTS Rell states that there's a bag on his head in the street. And he like, shit, I mean, what I'm supposed to do, run? And he like basically, I didn't like it because, the second thing was I didn't like it because it's so incriminating. Like, you was in jail and that's the first thing you could come out and do an interview about? I mean, that was your headline? Like, incriminate, like, don't get me wrong. The ops gonna be the ops. You gonna have niggas that you don't care about. Cool, understand that. You mean to tell me, you like, what if he don't got no money on your head? With everything that's going on right now, period. What if he don't got no money on your head? So for you to make, what did Dirk just get jammed up for another body the other day? Another murder for hire. When he was trying, like, man, I'm gonna tell you how they play. They hold all that, they watch the internet. They hold all that information. And when shit come to, they drop it. Oh yeah, we remember this and we did this, and all they do with the internet information, right? When they get it, they don't do nothing but just go tap the phones. They don't do nothing but just go back to the neighborhoods and look at the records and look at the times, see if they can find footage and videos and lyrics. They piece it together. So why would you say that this man put a bag on your head? And 9 times out of 10, I don't really think G Herbo care. I think he cared, but not to the point where knowing he just beat. Why would he do this when he just beat a federal case? Remember he had the case for fraud and all that. Why would G Herbo have a bag on you when he just beat a federal case? That makes no absolute sense to his brand whatsoever. So why would he do that? So for you to get out of jail and do that, like, you just put like something hot on a nigga for nothing. So that's my theory on it. I don't think G Herbo got no bag on that nigga head. Knowing the current climate of hip hop right now, I don't think nobody playing, like, I think everybody's scared right now. I think everybody like the niggas that can really get something done to you, everybody's scared right now. Everybody looking at Dirk, everybody looking at all these other little situations with NBA Youngboy, all this shit. Right now, the rap industry is like cautious. They need Billie Eilish to blow up and continue to make money right now. The rap game is like, it's the shit, but it's shaky right now. Like, going in the fourth quarter, why you think you don't got a lot of releases? You got niggas ain't, like, thinking, usually fourth quarter, it be, why you think this year it ain't really a lot of main, think about it. It's one of the first years in a long time you ain't heard no main names drop. No major names drop, like tough. You ain't heard, I think Kendrick was the only one that dropped. Kendrick, that's it. Ain't nobody dropped. Other than that, because like, labels ain't pushing nothing right now. They trying to retool and find out, like, who do we put our money into? Because the drill niggas and the gangster niggas are dying. Where do we put our resources? Where do we fund our money? Who do we give the time and energy to so they can make us money? Because we not giving out structured deals no more. So 70-30 splits on the distribution is what we doing. Maybe 85-15 at best if they get it straight direct. Or if they working with somebody that got the connect, you doing 70-30 because you giving them 70, and the dude that's distributing your music, you giving him 15, and he splitting that other 15 with the label because they get theirs automatically. Whether you use Rock Next Distribution, the Empire, or whoever, for y'all that don't know no better. Just gave you a little gang facts. But anyway, so you gotta really ask, like, would G Herbo put a bag on that man's head? No, he just beat a federal case. He not worried about that, man. If anything, some shorties will do something to you if they saw you because of who you are. I don't think G Herbo like, yeah, I got 150 on that nigga head. He don't care. He don't probably got nothing on nobody's head because all his contemporaries and homies is in the feds right now. Fighting murder cases, fighting bodies. G Herbo don't strike me as an ignorant guy who got money on a nigga head, who just got out of jail. When it's shorties that'll kill you for killing Mad Max for nothing. Just being honest. Y'all like, subscribe, and tap in, man.
For these three individuals, Austin is their playground.
That ain't the way.
But when you spend your youth living carefree, a reality check is waiting at the door.
Man, you're the piece of shit. You
And for these three inspiring entertainers, finding success seems like a fleeting memory.
And talking about you could walk up to Home Depot and get this job and do it.
What did I ask
You
you?
was giving head so lazy. I just got a job.
Austin Outcast season premiere Wednesday at 11 a.m. only on Pop Austin Media.